Trick or treat! Can you guys hear me? Okay, let's start with a static shot here. Oops, there was some alcohol in the candy. Somebody has their mic open. Yellow. Okay, we're live, folks. We're live. All right, let me. Hello there, and welcome to a live stream, which I built as Atlas hopping, but we're actually not hopping. We're not hopping on the Atlas today. Look at this. What we're doing today is Friday the 13th, and I know you guys went into 114 Harvest, and you thought like, yeah, it's kind of this idyllic California scene, which is kind of visually, you know, posh, and what posh is a British term, but it's ultimately really kind of lame and always the same. And then you logged in and you saw this, and then you saw Dragster, who is slightly hammered, but next to me is a guy. Jesus Christ, this is awesome. So I'm streaming this on YouTube, and we're gonna go into the basement. But I want everyone to introduce themselves. Let's see, if I how do I get the name? Oh, here's Kung Fury. So I don't know if Kung Fury can hear me, but Kung Fury has a garbage bag over his head. Kung, can you hear me? All right, Kung is not responsive, but he looks pretty cool. In front of me is Jennifer. So I don't know Jennifer. I only know Jen. Is Jennifer and Jen are those the same people?
Jennifer comes out on Halloween each year.
Oh my God, Jennifer, are you telling me we can change our avatar names?
No, I don't think so. I think I've always been Jennifer, but everybody calls me Jen, so.
Right. I actually never really looked at your name. So Jennifer, you chose a lot of the music. We're gonna go down into the basement in just a second. You chose a lot of the music, and that is playing on a loop in the basement. What does Halloween mean to you? And please keep it to 30 seconds, not like when you tell me keep it to 30 seconds and I talk for 30 minutes. So I actually mean 30 seconds.
Well, I think I answered that question on your podcast, so hopefully people will hear. But the short answer is that Halloween is my favorite holiday, my favorite time of year. October is awesome, and I think it's a really good opportunity for people to sort of explore and play and do, things that they may not necessarily do for the rest of the year, and try on different personas and just enjoy the idea of being able to play that way. So,
So in other
so
words,
yeah,
like we do in Second Life or Sansa every day, or people do in The Purge, like in that movie where they kill people and stuff. Is that what you mean?
and no purging. There will be
Okay,
no purging,
got it.
but it's a little bit like that. I don't know though. You're asking the wrong person because it's Halloween for me is every day. So
Okay, Kung Fury, and you guys can go in. Wait a minute, I have a little glitch. I still see the names. I have some lag, but the YouTube stream should be okay. Okay, Debbie Baskerville, please step up to the porch here. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have candy? Can I just give you this candy?
You want a piece of my candy?
Do you have candy?
I have a lollipop.
Ooh. But wait,
Get the piece.
I was gonna say that Ria made this Halloween experience, and Sergio de la Cruz, who cannot join us because he's at real life work. Sergio made all this interactive stuff. Debbie, I was gonna give you some of this candy that's on the porch, but I don't know if I can reach it without knocking over my real life wine glass. Ria, can I grab this thing? I can't grab it. Anyways, Debbie, how are you? Who made your costume? Oops. I was thrown out of my own experience. Check this out. Well, I'm going back in. Every time I went out, they pull me back in. Well, that was weird. Did I accidentally hit a button? There's a lot of people in there. I think we're pushing the envelope. Wow,
Yeah, we are.
we're pushing the Ria. I was like crashed from my own from my own house.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's do some. So Debbie, you can go in. I was gonna ask you who made your experience, who made your mask, but I know who did. Probably you.
Yes, I did.
Talented people work for themselves. Untalented people try to find talented people and make them work for them. Uh, Jen, who made your mask?
Actually, Sin got this for me.
Wow,
I'm
this
not
is
sure where
awesome.
he got it from.
I love
But
it. I
yeah,
love
does
it.
it look super creepy in VR?
It
I
really
haven't
does.
seen it in VR yet.
It really does. Oh my
Uh,
God.
Yay, I'm so glad.
Folks on
I'm
YouTube should.
excited for the day when the mouse will move, because that would be really
Oh my
cool to
God,
have.
yeah. If you're saying like the mouth will move even if you have a mask on.
That would be awesome,
Yeah,
right? That would be super
totally.
creepy.
You should put that in feature requests right now.
I'll go do that. But first, I'm going to go downstairs and have some pizza.
Okay. You do that. Who else do we have here? Wow. Who's this bug person? Come over here, please. Bug person. This is Jade Serenity. Jade, how are you? You even have the voice to match this head. Jesus. Oh crap. Beer is downstairs.
Party!
Party's downstairs. Please go downstairs. Wow. See, this is how sophisticated social VR is. I mean, there's even a voice morpher. So, who do we have next? Please come on in. Trick or treat. Actually, you have to say trick or treat. Who is this? Somebody just came in. Twerk Dom 3. He goes right to the door. Hey, Torque. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, Torque. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. What are you doing in my house?
I was going to rob the place, but
Not much to rob, huh?
yeah, not much here to take.
All right. You can go downstairs and get some beer. Welcome. Oh, people just make themselves at home. I mean, come on. What is this? Is this supposed to be a party? Okay, come on in.
Is
Chris,
this where the party is?
yeah, go downstairs, man. You guys have those flashlights.
I
Hey,
don't trust you in the basement. You want me to go in the basement, man?
Maya, hello. Here's somebody with a scary mask. Patty Peregrine.
Yes.
Hey,
Who
Patty.
asked you?
Hi there.
Hi, Patty. How are
Hi,
you?
Max. I'm mostly
I'm
gonna be
fine.
on mute, but hello.
Yeah. Wow, this is pushing quite on the system. I mean, I have to tell the YouTube folks again that the issue is I'm running Sansar in VR. I'm streaming this out, and I'm receiving it for testing. So push this quite on the bandwidth. Oh, we have another cool mask. Who is this? Idrid?
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, people have really cool masks. Hey, come on here, come on.
Trick or treat.
Oh, hello, Tina.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. You have an awesome costume.
Thank you. You got any candy for me?
Yeah, let me grab it here. Ria, can I grab this candy? I don't seem to be able to grab this.
That's the trick track.
No, it doesn't have any physics on it.
Can't
That's
grab it.
okay.
Wait, Tina. Wait, I got something special for you. Well, hold on. Oops, my right hand is not tracking. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, is
Oops.
this it?
Yeah, this is paint.
Yay.
Yeah, it's you can eat it.
Nice.
Yeah, you will die. probably when you inhale it or eat it or something. But
I prefer to let it just dry and then eat the paint chips itself.
that's a
Tastes so
great
much
idea.
better.
And here you have a brush. With this
Ooh,
brush,
nice.
you can brush yourself off of all the dirt.
Okay.
See?
I don't think you could. There's not enough brushes in the world to get all the dirt off me.
Okay, Tina, come on in. Who do we
Yeah.
have here? Ari Lynn. Nice
Hi, how are
costume.
you?
Hi, how are you? How do you like Sansar so far?
Oh, pretty good. I'm having a good time with it.
What are you doing in Sansar? Are you trying to make your own experience too?
Yeah, I'm working on trying to build like an adventure game, and of course, right now I'm trying to convert it into a little bit of a Halloween thing. But yeah, it's pretty challenging trying to make it all work.
What is the feature that you're craving for the most? Like, what should Linden Lab build right now? I mean, for your adventure game, like, what are you missing? What would you like to have right now?
Well, there's a little bit of the scripting area. I think it needs to be cleaned up. I figured out how to get to a lot of things, but they're really hard to reach until you kind of dig in deep
Yeah.
and get to them. And they need to make those easier because you have to kind of create creative ways to make them more scriptable and placeable and all that kind of thing. So, you know, I'd like to see a little bit more for support for the desktop mode because
Ah.
that's what I'm more desktop right now than I am VR. So I'm trying to create stuff for VR, not having a VR headset, which is kind of interesting actually.
No, I mean that is interesting, and I think I hear this a lot. I think also Linden Lab is probably realizing that a lot of people, even if they make stuff for VR, they will work in the desktop mode primarily. You know, I don't know, maybe 70, 80% even. So I would agree with you that maybe that it should be more equal, more even, both modes in terms of functionality.
Well, I build mostly in desktop anyway, in Unity and other places. I actually modeled a lot of it in Unity. I really would prefer to not have to do that.
Yeah.
I really would prefer to be able to model more directly right in world, and it's a little tough. I keep losing things, and they go flying off into the distance, and yeah, I don't know. I'm interested someday in seeing what it's like to build in VR, but
It is
I
pretty
have
cool.
to
It's
do
pretty
this
cool,
now.
but I gotta tell you, I think that it's uncomfortable after a while. I mean, you're sweating and some people get nauseous. So even if building, it's definitely cool when you grab stuff with the controllers and you move them around. So it's more immediate like that. But I think at this point it's a little bit too uncomfortable. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I hear that.
Good, how are you?
Okay, go on down, Ari, and I'll join you guys. I just wanted to show the YouTube audience also a little bit what Ria built
Hey,
here. Hey, Peter.
Uh,
I don't
how's it
know
going?
you. Are you allowed in here at all?
Can I?
I'm not sure. You have a Sansar t-shirt on. I think that allows you entry.
All right.
I
Hey, how's
think,
it going? Oh, I like the microphone, man.
yeah,
Very
that
cool.
that was built by Kyle Mazerat. I think he gets royalties every time it sells on market. I don't know what our deal is. So Peter,
Nice.
what is coming up for Sansar? Before you go in, everybody has to answer one question. What's the next thing that is coming up for Sansar? I know about the friend release. I mean, if it,
Yeah, the Friends
yeah.
release is coming up. And actually, one of the things I need to spend some time working on today and next week is an announcement sharing about the details of the Friends release as well as the release that'll be coming up after that.
Mhm.
There's some good stuff coming.
The friend release will also have some tools about events. I'm reading, right? I mean, to kind of post events or to kind of organize groups.
Yeah. I think it has it'll add a new tab that'll make it easier for people to find where events like meetups or this or the Atlas hopping that you've been doing
Hmm.
are happening. So we want to make it a lot easier for everybody to find, where the fun is, where the other people are, where what experiences have things going on. So
Awesome.
it'll be a first step. There'll be a lot more coming in that regard, but it should help.
Awesome.
It's
Okay,
exciting stuff.
great. Please go on in. I would just want to chat with Ria real quick, and then I'll go downstairs. The YouTube audience is growing by the minute. So that was um, Pete from Linden Lab coming in. Who else do we have here? We have Galen. Oh my God, Galen. Ooh, I bow to you, Galen. Galen, your hoverboard experience. Ria, please hug Galen for me.
Hi there. Did that work?
It looked good, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm like sitting in a chair, so my avatar probably looks funny, but it's Halloween. Who cares?
So go on in, Galen. I want to show people real quick the spider head. I'm going to teleport over to the spider head over there because Sergio de la Cruz made it, and then I want to go downstairs and mingle with the crowd. Oops, my teleport doesn't work. Why not?
Oh wow.
I can't believe I'm experiencing lag for the very first time.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
welcome. That's only here because we're so popular, you know. It's like Papa John's pizza, you know. This is kind of like the analogy that I have on offer.
Yeah, there are a lot of people here. This is great.
We're trying to prove that social VR works. Please mingle downstairs and have conversation. I'll go downstairs. We have a bunch of people on YouTube, and I want to show them. Sergio de la Cruz made these arms that are emerging from below the ground. He made those rats, but I'm trying to teleport over to the spider head over there.
Yeah, I get it. So everybody go down to the basement while you run away. I've seen that movie before.
No, you know what? Who was talking? Galen? Ah, crap. Wow, this is really laggy today. So here's the spider head, just like straight out of The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Disclaimer, folks, my lag is partially due to the fact that I'm really stretching the bandwidth by running Sansar, grabbing the Sansar stream, streaming it out, and also monitoring the stream going back in. So let's go down to the basement. Torque? So big shout out again to Sergio de la Cruz. It's some really cool interactive stuff. There's some more stuff in the basement. So when you go here, make sure when you come here, when you're watching this on YouTube right now and you want to come in later, make sure to listen to the sounds.
Actually, I think he's been.
Whoa, check out this crowd. Oh my God. Well, when I used to live in my mom's basement, I mean, who are we kidding? I still do. There were never that many people. That's cool. Thank you for coming.
Made it to your own party.
Yeah.
This place looks really great, by the way.
Thank you. I think 114 Harvest is for me basically going through childhood trauma every time I want to just log in and have people here. You know, it's good to have friends. So Ria really went all out. Hey, wait a minute. There's a dude with stuff coming out of his eyes. Who is he? He's waving to me. Oh my God.
Yes, the tentacles.
sorry,
coming
I'll
out
get
of
out
the
of the
mouth.
way.
Oops.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, it's Cerberus. Hey.
Hi.
That looks pretty cool.
Costume changes. Yes.
What do you mean, stuff coming out of my eyes?
Yeah, you might want to see a doctor. You've got some
I see little.
tentacles coming out of your head.
I see tentacles coming out of your eyes.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that in Sansar you can't do anything. You can't do any interactive stuff. Hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, hey.
Who's had that?
Whoa!
You can throw it in the basket.
Oh, is that it? You're supposed to throw the skull into the basket?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, it's skull basketball. All right,
Yeah.
let me try. Where's the basket?
It's skull kid ball.
Pokeball.
Okay, Ria, throw it.
Okay, wait a second.
Oh my God! I realized, Jen, the music is not loud enough.
Somebody's leaving their mic open. There's a terrible echo. Or is that reverb?
No, that Jen has an issue with her mic. Wow, the music has to be louder.
That's what I said.
Well, it's okay, because, like, honestly, if you're at a party, you're gonna want to, like, if the three of us, you, Drax, and Kindipple and I are having a conversation over here,
Right.
those people over there aren't gonna hear it. Like, even at the stairs, they're not gonna hear it.
I'm terrible.
Tina, that is a really good point, but what I realized in putting it together, it's really hard to evaluate the sound of the whole mix of the room. I think we need or the creator or the owner of the scene or the experience needs to have a way to bring up the mix live, basically. You see what I'm saying? Like at a live, like almost like a live show. When you're mixing and you realize you have to just bring up the whole mix, you know, because the audio preview is great, but it's not as accurate as it should be, I think. Hello. So quiet in my party. Am I disconnected from the server? I think I'm disconnected from the audio from the voice server. Let me try to log back in. Let's go into desktop mode real quick.
Can you tell me, like, how did this whole thing even start at 114 Harvest?
Let's put it here.
How do you get from the basement to this whole town with cars and license plates?
I think I am disconnected from the voice. I am re-logging. Okay, I think I gotta relog. Okay. Let's see if I go back in straight from my Atlas. Can you guys still hear me on the YouTube stream? I mean, you should, because this is a different stream. We're pushing the envelope here at 114 Harvest. Jesus Christ, are we not?
It actually still is a problem. Anytime there's collision.
1, 2, 3.
It's crashing.
Hey, Drax.
Okay, I was disconnected from the voice server. Gindipple, I was just talking to you, and then I think you.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, if you go stand in the corner,
yeah,
you can hear the music louder.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be. Yeah, the reverb is not as accurate as I like it to be. I mean, the reverb meaning the scene reverb or the ambient the audio occlusion is not very accurate. It was more accurate without it on, actually. But that's okay. It's something that's all work in progress.
I was telling Ria here, if you reduce the number of physics elements in here, you'll really reduce the number of crashes.
Yeah, but we don't want that. We want to push the envelope.
Oh, you would like the crashes? Okay, that's fine then.
No, I don't want that.
No, like, the actual thing is, like, I'm putting so many things in here. I want to see, like, where's the limit of where
exactly.
you can't put any more things.
Ria is putting exactly. Ria is summarizing exactly our approach. We want to push it as much as we can.
Well, you found it.
Maya, by the way, Maya here from Linda Lab, I put the poster that you sent me in the basement. I hope you
I know.
You saw it.
That's literally what I'm here to see. And
Maya is working in cybersecurity, so there's a cool poster. Everybody's coming upstairs. I'm gonna go back downstairs.
I placed it downstairs in the basement. Yeah.
I'm scared of your basement.
Who is?
You should.
This is Galen.
Galen. Come on, let's go downstairs.
You know, I think it was.
Oh no. Am I disconnected again? You gotta be kidding me. Disconnected from the voice server again. Let's see. It is Galen's fault. Go to Atlas and come back. So we're going to Atlas, and we're going to go back, and it should reload it, right? Oh, Sergio, you're not coming in? It should, I don't know, it caps at about 30. Sergio de la Cruz is trying to come in. Okay, here we go. We're back. Hello? 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 Galen was talking and then we got disconnected from the server. Shall I turn it off?
How long will it take you to rebuild it, do you think, if you do?
Maybe 5 minutes or so. It goes fast. But I think
yeah,
that's...
once you turn off reverb, do you have GI on too, or no?
No, I put GI off.
Okay, folks.
So if you don't have GI on, that should probably...
Yeah.
I would bet that physics are, collisions are probably what's killing it. If you maybe turn off a few dynamic things like the skull, that probably would.
No,
but that would only be a problem when people would.
No, it's the sound with the audio occlusion. I talked with Torley about that for quite a while. We have this experience is the one with the most sound in all of Sansar, so this is definitely an issue. I'm going to do that because I think it's good to know. So I'm turning off the scene reverb now.
Yeah, let's test it actually. Why not?
Well, and we can all stay here while you do that too. Just let us know when we need to leave and.
So this is interesting. The YouTube audience will now be privy to how the sausage is basically made. This is interesting. So people are still in world, right? But I am editing the experience. I don't know if that even works. No, I completely crashed. Oh, crashed the computer. Did it? No. No, we're still streaming. All right, here we go. Scene settings is over here. So I'm not sure. Can you guys still hear me? I'm just turning this off. And I'm going to save it. It says it's low on the YouTube stream. So I'm just going to kill all this stuff. Can you guys still hear me on the stream? Ah, yeah, okay, the stream is back. So this is saving. Oh, interesting. Can I actually retrieve? Me on the stream, but I think Sansar may have crashed because the saving button does not move anymore. And I see the last yeah. Okay. sensor has crashed. I'm going to kill it. No, there it is saving again. All right. Just got to be patient, I guess. We all need more patience, possibly more wine. The scene reverb, what it does, let me explain. It calculates audio occlusion, which means for every physical object that you define, you can define this, you don't have to. But if you define a physical object like a wall, let's say, to have the sound characteristics of concrete versus something with more absorption characteristics, like an actual professional absorber, or just carpet, or like egg cartons, then when you put compute scene reverb on, it will calculate that. So that means every audio element that you have in the scene or the experience will the audio that is emanating from that audio element will bounce off different objects in different ways. So this is quite an enormous amount of calculation. When you have people conversing, now I'm only talking about objects that produce audio. So like a 3D object that is a radio or a speaker or something where audio comes out, or a non-player character, or in this case a rat or a spider or a bush with sounds or ambient sound. Now that produces sound, and now you add on top of this, you add people, and people are in different spaces. Let's say they're in an enclosed space where they're surrounded by walls. The wall will restrict, of course, the sound that's coming from the other room. So long story short, the calculation that is needed to produce this environment accurately is quite a lot. So I'm building the scene right now. What I don't know is what happens to people who are in the scene, if they remain in that scene or if they get ejected. But I would venture to guess that when I come in, the scene may be rather empty, because possibly the people in the previous scene are still in the copy of the scene, and I'm in the fresh scene. So people still hear me on YouTube, right? What do you think? Or do you know, Sergio, Ryan, Stella, Ty? Do you guys know if when I'm going in now with this rebuilt scene and the other people are still in the scene, will they remain in the previous version? They remain in the previous version, right? Because they don't get ejected. I mean, that's the cool thing about, I guess that's the big difference. Yeah, Ryan, you should always listen to me. Ryan, I'm going to Aha, so Sergio's in, but the question is, is Sergio in the previous scene? He must be, because I am uploading. So just like a blog, right. So now, when I'm coming in, Stella, once the scene is built, now it's built, now it's going to upload. When I'm coming in, I should be in a fairly empty scene. Or a scene, an instance, correct, Sergio? An instance that is as empty, depending on how many people came in after I actually uploaded it. That is, to me, really kind of fascinating. Actually, I wonder if in the future, when we have more interactive capabilities, how to leverage this in a game design context because you could really play around with the fact that let's say you're leaving a scene, right? Sergio, imagine you're the game guy. Oh, Stella, are you saying let's see if the limits are right or if the limits are all right? No, but the question would be if let's say you're teleporting away from a scene, and while you're away, like in a game context, and while you're away, the scene updates, and you're coming in, and the previous people in the previous instance, but you're already in the next instance. So basically, you're leaving your friends, and then you're coming back. Victoria, you should come to my scene. Why are you kicking blocks in her scene? Mm. Jade, come on over. No, wait a minute, don't. Everybody, listen. Everybody who's on YouTube and in the scene, get out of the scene. Peter Theanine, aka Theanine, hi. I'm uploading still. I'm uploading. Theanine, if you're in the scene, who is in the scene? Who is in the scene right now? Can you tell people? Can you tell people, please, Sergio, if you're in the scene, tell people that they should log off now and come back. The fresh scene is up now. I'm coming back in. Yeah, Sergio, tell people to log off and relog. Theanine, it should be okay now. I turned scene reverb to off, which was the culprit. The scene reverb was the issue. Okay, cool. So I'm coming back in. Whoever is watching the YouTube stream is in. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's go in. Wow, this is cool. See, this is what happens. So I can't see the YouTube chat now because I have the headset on. Hey guys. Ach, I always forget these. Here's Wurfy. And here's Chris. Chris. Jordi LaForge, how are you? Hey Jordi. Wurfy. Cerberus are coming in. Cerberus, okay, so the new scene is up. It should be a lot smoother, is it? Debbie?
I just got here, I don't know.
Gindipple.
We will see it.
Yeah. Hey Sergio. Sergio's here, right here. Sergio made all these interactive elements. Wolfie has an awesome mask on. Oh my god. Here we got somebody else with a cool costume. Theanine! Oh my god, Theanine is a furry. How did I not know this? Theanine, tell me, were you very frustrated before you were able to put this tail on you? The tail is you. And here's Jen. Hi, Jen. Okay, cool. So people are coming in. Did you have to log off or were you thrown into this new scene?
Yeah, I went to my looks and came back.
Okay, cool.
This feels zippier already.
Yeah. So this is cool. I turned the scene reverb off, so we should be fine. We can go downstairs. And I wonder if the overall loudness also changed. So this is all interesting. Okay, I can't walk forward. Why not? Am I stuck? Oh, I was stuck between people. Are we disconnected from the voice server again? Ah, come on, give me a break. I think we're disconnected from the voice server again. All right, let me go to the Atlas. Who can hear me? Disconnected, there we go. Somebody's sending me a message. Oh, losses sent me this before. Okay, so if I go to, wondering if I go to Atlas. Oh no, if I should go to, if I just go to my looks and then go back. And then I'm gonna go done. Stella, you got it. I got it. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna stay a little bit in desktop mode for now. But I realized one thing, and again, we're in beta, and so this is all interesting. You know, this is all work in progress, and you know, hey guys.
No, it's good that you're stress testing it. You know, I think we're all trying to do that with our experiences.
I think we need to stress test. We're in beta, and I think we need to embrace the fact that we do this in a playful way rather than in a like, oh shit, nothing's working kind of way. I think creativity comes from working within certain frameworks and pushing them to the limit. I mean, that's where creativity is, right? Galen, am I right?
The thing is, Drax.
Yes?
You've gone twice as far as the limit already.
It's Ria's fault. She put all this shit in here.
Hey.
Yes, Jen.
I will not let you talk about Ria like that.
Jen, you're in the glass house with your mic on. You cannot throw stones.
But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, this is a party, and yeah.
Oh my God. There's.
Party crashers. Love it.
Wait, I'm in desktop mode.
Also have
shit.
cannonballs in here too. Oh, that would really push it over, right? Oh, we do have cannonballs. You can put cannonballs in
Thea.
the script.
Oh, that's Theanine with the glowing eyes. That's cool. Oh, with the tongue coming out.
Creepy.
And Sergio has the
I crashed and came back, and now I can't see anyone's names in VR.
I can't figure out how to see anything.
What do you don't see, Debbie?
Yeah, if you crash Torque, just go to my
That wasn't
levels and
me.
rejoin.
Oh, who was talking? Oh, Alumnia! Alumnia, how are you? Are you joining us from Austria today? Alumnia is very quiet. So I'm gonna go back into my basement if you guys don't mind and continue the conversation downstairs.
Everybody grab a pizza.
Somebody has their mic open.
In there, I'll follow you.
Okay, here's how you get in there. Walk straight to the door, go through the door. You know, I mean, I know it's a very it's a foreign concept, going through a door.
Well, I'm going sideways. That's the thing.
Oh, it was you talking, Jojo.
Go straight, it would make sense.
Right. Oh, you're in desktop, right? That's a little weird with the camera, right? Because the camera adjusts. It takes a little time to.
I made it to the porch.
Oh yeah, well, congratulations. Trick or treat.
Yeah, if you hit F3 and then just
F3.
you can go into first-person mode, and then you can just walk around like a regular first-person shooter.
Okay. Let me try that.
Again, big shout out. This is Sergio de la Cruz. Sergio de la Cruz is the maker of all this interactive stuff, including the spider. If you want to explore, go down to the spider and look at the spider and the spider head. Sergio, thank you. Amazing work. I think you should put this spider on the marketplace. This is awesome. This is straight out of course, John Carpenter's The Thing. 1982.
Thank you. That works so good. Now I can walk. Yay!
Hey, how are you standing on the sofa?
God, why didn't I know that before?
Ria, how does it see? This is much better without the compute scene reverb, but the music is too low.
Welcome back.
I love it now. I can walk around. Yeah.
And now I finally have a realistic interpretation of what I look like in real life.
Hello.
Who was talking?
This is Galen.
Oh yeah, Galen.
Bughead.
So is this how you look in real life?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, there are colors a little bit off, but you know, it's pretty much right.
Yeah, that's what he looks like when he goes out, but when he wakes up in the morning, he's a little bit on the rough side.
Let me get a good look at Galen.
I don't think the music got any louder, unfortunately.
No, the music actually got lower almost. It's interesting.
Turn it up.
I'm listening to the Ramones right now, so.
Oh, I can't hear anything. Is my microphone any better? Is it still coming through?
No, it's good. It's good. Again, the one thing that I learned, and I am totally about this, is that we we definitely need.
Everybody grab a pizza.
Whoa, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm going to suggest we not kick the skulls around.
Kick them. Grab a pizza.
Why not? I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it to you, Galen, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Stress testing.
Let's crash this party.
No, we are stress testing.
Try to crash it.
Donut, anyone?
Ah, I love the jack skull.
See where the limits are.
Maria, these little candles. These are the candles that provide light.
No, the flashlights are there in the beer beer case there.
Oh.
Flashlights. They're in here.
I hear music. I hear music.
Do you see them?
You don't have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can grab it and
Ah. Whoa.
there. Spotlight on you.
Good job.
Hey, welcome, mister. You have your mic open, though.
So does everyone has a prop in their hand?
Mister has his mic open. He drank too much. Mister, listen. You have your mic open. You drink a little bit. Come on.
There you go.
Mmm.
I'll go you one.
Yeah, there's two of us.
Sorry, lady. Here, I'm right here drinking. I gotta drop it on the ground.
Alright.
Wait, I see if I can put a bottle on Sergio's head. A slice of pizza. Okay, so here's Sergio. His hair is really messy. He needs to kind of
Have a shower or something.
shower
Sorry, I
totally.
just hit somebody with my drink.
Just like.
Jen is already drunk.
Oh yeah, 10:47 in the morning, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done this coffee, I'm moving a beer.
I heard my name.
It looks like the arc right at my
All right, who's holding that drink? Is that your drink?
So Galen, did you make this yourself? This is awesome. The Galen fly.
Sure.
Oh, no, I bought it.
Who made this?
It's hilarious.
Seems like it's better. Even though
Damn.
Let me check.
Somebody's on the phone. Is that Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers?
we need to.
Shit. Whose phone is this? What the hell? This is awesome. See, Sergio, I put some sound in here, but I put bubble sound into your cauldron. But that's really the difficulty. The audio preview is not accurate enough. It's too low, the sound. Needs to be louder. At least the speakers are working correctly. Yes, I hear you now. I hear you, Sergio. Hello!
You're asking about the bug mask. It was made by Cerberus.
Awesome, Sergio. Thank you for coming. You did such an awesome job with all this stuff.
I have a bad line connection, sorry.
I hear you well.
I'm going very slow.
Ah, you mean the whole...
It's okay, it's
yes?
okay.
Do you have a lot of lag?
Yeah, a bit.
How long...
Got the pizza. Yay!
Can you throw the pizza in the cauldron?
I don't know.
Sergio, did you like making the spider head?
In the cauldron.
Oh, Sergio's line is really slow. Okay, here's Sergio. He made all this. I cannot. I need to give him a shout out. But in the meantime, I think we have to throw stuff into the cauldron. Tina, what are you
Yeah.
working on right now? Are you making
I
an
have
experience?
Yeah, I have a haunted house experience that has an
Ooh.
acting simulator built into it.
Oh, a what?
An acting simulator. It's basically going to be like these teleprompters are going to come up. They're going to give you little key points of like who your character is and like
Oh,
lines of dialogue that you're going to say, and it kind of gives like a little it's a little trick or treat story kind of thing.
awesome.
So I hope to have that done. I have the script written out. I have the meshes of the dialogue made. I just have to animate them in and then publish it. I only got
Awesome.
2 days, like a day and a half left, so I gotta.
Well, but I
after
mean,
tomorrow's
Halloween, you still have some time, and we're gonna do when Strawberry comes back next week, we're gonna do Atlas hopping. Then we'll check out your experience.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
have like lightning flashes and stuff like that. So
awesome.
but it's nothing like the House of Woe.
Yeah.
Like, have you been to the House of Woe yet?
Not
It's
yet,
on
no.
it's beautiful in there, and in VR especially, it's really beautiful. It seems like it's too dark on desktop mode. Maybe it might be my monitor, but
No, it's always
the
darker. You know why?
yeah.
Because you have ambient light that makes it look darker. Uh, we talked about that a couple weeks ago because if you're on desktop, you always have ambient light of your room or whatever. You have it
Yeah, yeah.
kind of seeping in, and in VR, obviously, you're completely shut off of this ambient light, so your eyes adjust.
Perfectly to what the screen should be. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. But yeah, but in the House of Woe in VR, beautiful. And obviously, yeah, so.
Ah, we're gonna do a special Halloween. Gindibble, what's new with you? How do you like this experience here?
It's eclectic.
That's like when my mom looked at my drawings from third grade and said, "Hmm, pretty eclectic." When I draw two stick figures and said, "This is a recreation of
It's a little on the dark side for my taste.
yeah,
I don't mean dark, like sadistic or anything like that. I mean
right."
light,
visually.
dark. Yeah, visually it's a little dark. I prefer more light, but it's thematically for Halloween, so it's
Well,
cool.
but that's why we have those flashlights. Where are those? Look, Ria has a flashlight.
I need a
Look at this.
flashlight.
I like how
Drax and I were just talking about that, Gin, about how when
was that,
you're
Jeff?
in a desktop mode versus in a virtual reality mode, it's
Right.
it seems to be in VR. It seems to be perfect. In desktop mode, it seems to be a little bit too dark.
Yeah, it is dark for me.
Yeah.
I was just saying I like how the dark actually makes these like lidded areas pop, like where the pumpkin, the cake, and the stuff is.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Makes that look really awesome. And
The
then
bottom
you gotta
line-
go through some of these darker shadowed areas and find your way.
You have to
If you wanna
create.
get a feel-
Sorry,
get
who
a
was?
feel for what it looks like for people in VR. Just close the windows.
Yeah.
Shut off the lights and just look at your screen that way. That's what it feels like in VR.
Exactly. You have to
Yeah,
basically
your eyes
kill
adjust
all
to the screen.
ambient light around you.
Which is odd, like I actually, in VR for me, it looks way brighter than it is.
Yep.
So I don't want to jinx it, but it's been a while since you crashed.
You might.
I think this is great. I mean, this is an excellent application of Halloween kitsch.
I mean, we really want to make this a social experience, and what really bums me out right now, since we're on the like, I want to be Debbie Downer of my own party. Please let me do that. Is that the sound is not as I intended it to be. Like I wanted the music louder, and I wanted some of the like the spiders and stuff like that. I worked a lot on this stuff, but the problem is, and again, I'm not complaining because we're in beta and it's all work in progress. What we really do need is a live mixing board, just like in Second Life, where you have different channels that you can mix on the fly. Meaning on the fly, meaning in the live experience, so you don't have to go back to edit. There is no other way in order, even if, for example, you realize while you're live in it, let's say on a panel discussion even or something, right? And you feel like the audience is too loud. You need to be able to in VR, you need to be able to mix this in the moment as it happens. You need to be able to,
Yeah.
Right?
Did you try out Torley's audio? He recorded a lengthy session of himself talking about audio. He kind of normalized it to the volume level of normal people. The idea being that you could drop it in a scene and have it simulate you talking with other people, so you can hear what it sounds like while you're building.
Yeah, that is good. But if you have no, I saw that. But if you have the complexity of ambient
you
sounds,
really need the mix live. Yeah.
the thing is, like, for example, right now, I mean, if we were to emulate a real party, right? So at a real party, somebody would come to me and say, "Hey, the music, like, I love the Ramones, make it louder." So that's one thing. Like, we need to be able to do that.
This is actually possible, and you're giving me a good idea. For not so much for video, but for audio clips,
Yeah.
it is entirely possible to control the volume dynamically. So I'm
There you
getting
go.
an idea to do like a chat interface to allow you to change volumes on different elements. So you got me thinking.
God, if you sell this for 50 cents or dollars a piece, I'm gonna buy 500 right now just to support this, support your business. Because I mean, this, and you drop it into a mixing object, and even I'm planning to doing live podcasts from here. So let's say if I have 3 guests, it would be absolutely awesome to simulate just like in a real world. I have a mixing board, I have 3 guests, I have 3 separate mics to mix them on the fly, and then bring in like music or whatnot, and then stream that out. But in the room, for the room audience in VR, they would hear that as I mix it.
Let's go talk about it.
Yeah, and in the builds that I've done, the 2 collaborations that I've done, I've had similar issues with sounds, and I've actually, it's funny, even though I built sound capabilities into my Reflex scripts, I really realized some places where I missed the boat. So I probably will change my Reflex scripts in light of these experiences, and this would actually be a great element if I could make it so anyone who uses Reflex for sound could be able to change the audio dynamically. So you got me thinking.
You also have to keep in mind, I worked in radio for a long time, and one thing that I didn't realize in the beginning is that it's very subjective depending also on age. I mean, there's a natural degradation of hearing, obviously, when we age, but also
we want greater contrast.
Exactly, exactly. So the ability to discern different sounds, like for example, like I'm talking to you right now, and there's people in the background. That stuff just degrades naturally because of our biology with age. So you got to be cognizant when you're mixing stuff, a conversation versus ambient sound, for example, for different audiences, and exactly for that reason. Ah, God,
it's interesting. Torley.
Oh no. Somebody jinxed it. I'm disconnected from the voice server again. Shit. Just has such a good conversation. It's Galen, I think. Ah. Galen's fault. Okay, so what is the order of things? I'm going to my looks. Stella, I'm gonna Ryan, I'm just reading the YouTube chat as I'm basically going in and out. It's funny. Yeah, it is like most parties. But I think we are listening. I mean, Galen and I have a conversation. We're listening to each other. No? And people have separate parallel conversations. That is like most parties. But what's interesting, Ryan, your point.
What's everybody? What's interesting is right when there's that crash, you see everybody kind of standing and perfectly still in a weird position, and it's
Hello.
kinda,
Hello.
More creepy. Hello.
Hi, Jen. What's interesting, let me just say from the YouTube stream, Ryan was saying, Ryan is watching on the YouTube stream, he says, it's like most real life parties, more people talking than listening. But I have to slightly disagree, Ryan, because I think we have parallel conversations. I just had a good
Yay, we
conversation with
crushed
Galen,
it.
and we just have parallel conversations. But what's interesting, Ria
I
built in
saw
so
the
much interactive
crashing.
stuff to throw things
It was a
and
bike.
do stuff, and all we're doing is standing around and
I saw
talking.
the
So
squad
that's, I think, the
pictures.
parallel to the real life parties, I guess.
And it's a parallel to Second Life as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true.
It really is nice that we're able to have these parallel conversations too, just by virtue of distance. It's very much mirrors the real world.
Absolutely.
Well,
And you know what I think?
I would just
It
like to
also
take a
shows
second
you.
to say
Oops,
I
Jen.
mean, we're real people. This is real.
Wait, Jen is making a very profound philosophical point. Let me go to you so that you hear loud and clear.
I'm saying this is real. This is a real party. This is a real gathering of real people. So
Hell yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Thank you.
you know.
You mean I'm real?
Yes, you're a
I
real
am.
boy or a real girl.
Since I only
Pinocchio.
We should
since
watch.
I only exist in the virtual world,
Yeah, Galen. Again.
since I exist only in the virtual world, this is as real as it gets.
No, we should all get together and watch Steven Spielberg's AI. Where isn't that where he says like I'm a real boy? At some point.
Isn't
Well,
that
it's the
Pinocchio,
Pinocchio
I thought.
theme, yeah.
Yeah, the Pinocchio.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Right. Carlo Collodi. Like, oh shit, I gave it away. I actually always pretend that I read books, but now.
Yeah, what's that, buddy?
Anyways, I was gonna say
Look at that.
that what you said, Jen. There's a child in here.
Yeah,
You're exposing a child to this horrific stuff.
He likes the pumpkin.
He's actually probably the youngest person to ever be in Sanzar.
Oh my God! How old are you and what's your name?
His name, my son's name is Alex, and he's 5.
Alex, hello. Hey,
Oh,
Alex, listen. When my
grandma,
son
sorry.
was 6,
You scared
he
him
said.
away.
My son said when he was 6, he said in school. That's a true story. They asked in the school like, what do you want to do, or in kindergarten, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be not a cab driver, a train conductor. I want to be a rocket scientist. My son said, I want to create a virtual world with no lag.
With no lag.
Yeah.
You have a great son. Oh, yeah.
Alex.
You can have some chips. Oh, here. You can say hi. Here, hold on. I'll put the headphones on him, and you can say hi to him.
That's adorable. Here.
Hi, Alex. Hello.
Gosh, all these people.
Alex, what do you like best about this? The pumpkins? You like spiders? Are you afraid
No.
of spiders? The pumpkins are.
Sounds like my grandbaby.
Hi, pumpkins.
Hi, pumpkins.
He just wants to talk to the pumpkins.
Oh no, we have to make pumpkin stop back.
We have to have pumpkins also physical so Alex can pick them up. Are we disconnected from the server again? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, since we're disconnected from the server, what I will do, because people on the YouTube stream can still hear me, I will go to my own basement. Oops, I guess when we're disconnected from the server, I can't even TP. Somebody put 2 dragster masks up here. Okay, I guess I should take a dragster mask and put it on myself. There's some real lag issues today. Hey, Debs. Ah, shit. That's it. Oh, wait, it threw me out automatically. That's interesting. All right, so I'm going back in. That should resolve the voiceover. All right, I'm going back
Inside of
in.
the engine.
Hello, guys. Voice server again.
Hey.
Were you guys disconnected too from voice?
Yes. Yeah. Then you know things are going down.
Welcome back.
I hear a familiar voice. Ricardos.
Alex.
Hi, Ricardos.
Right now.
Ricardos, are you back? Are you going to stay with us?
I stay with Sansa, but not doing anything for now.
Ricardos, let me tell you, you have to block out the negative stuff on the forums.
That's not the problem.
What is the problem?
The devs. I have too many problems. I cannot do much. And things that I can do, I need to wait until they've implemented.
I need to
I'm
move
just
on.
waiting and sitting back. I have enough other problems.
But Ricardos, art and creativity comes from limitations, to push within the limitations. No?
I'm relaxing a bit outside Sensor.
Gindebo, what do you say? Where is creativity coming from?
Within.
Wow,
I'm a published writer, and I would say it definitely comes within.
Oops. Jojo, where does it come from?
It definitely comes from within.
But what if there's so many limitations on features and you can't do anything?
Well, for creativity?
By the way,
Yeah,
Ricardos,
yeah.
I'm not making light of your, I'm not making fun of your predicament. I completely understand where you're coming from, and sometimes it can be very frustrating. And you have a certain vision, and you want to do certain things, and on the platform of choice or the tools of choice, it just doesn't do it. I completely empathize with that, totally. I'm just trying to offer basically a workaround by trying to sort of meditate in a Buddhistic way to try to accept what we have and then work within those limits, I guess, is what I'm saying.
The best workaround is to avoid the stress and do a few steps back and wait a bit.
That's
And
true.
then try again.
That's true.
Yeah, if you want to try to accomplish something along the lines of a train that you can climb on and ride, you have to wait a while for that to mature. You're not going to be able to do it with a limited skill set.
But if you always wait, like for example, I'm just saying like Torley and I always joking about. Torley was saying like he has gas syndrome, and I said, well, I have gas syndrome, and he says, no, that's not what I mean. I mean GAS syndrome, and I said, Torley, what do you mean? And Torley says, well, I have gear acquisition syndrome, meaning some gear is advertised somewhere and I need it, right? We all have that somehow. You can, in the music field, you say, oh, if I had this instrument, or if I had this plug-in, or this mixing board, or whatever, or this tube amp in the olden days, then I would be able to create stuff that's in my head, but since I don't have it, I can't do it. So what I'm trying to say is oftentimes the lack of access to certain features or tools is used as an excuse not to do anything.
I do things, but I tried first in OpenSim, and maybe there I figure out how I can do it in Sensor.
Oh.
That works sometimes for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I make things so I can use it in Sensor. So things I go make for, let's say, OpenSim, I can use later in Sensor.
This is the funniest thing. I'm listening to you, Ricardos, but Thea9 just ran away, and I was in my head. I was thinking like, I want to ask Thea9 because I know he used to work in the gaming industry. I wanted to specifically ask him how this is dealt with in the industry, and as I'm thinking about it, he runs away. Isn't that funny? But now he's coming back.
That's a Halloween story.
Anybody else wants to chime in?
Where's everybody? I don't see anybody.
I see a lot of people.
I've lost myself.
There's
plenty.
There's tons of people around you.
Well, it's Friday the 13th and Halloween.
Black Newsman is coming in.
For strange things.
What I wanna welcome the new folks. Black Newsman, Retro. Hello, Retro. Hello, Black Newsman. A Bremelin Wolf. Oh my God, a Bremelin Wolf is here too, and Sarah Pearl. Oh my God. That I would see the day when Sarah Pearl, a Bremelin Wolf, Black Newsman, Wurfy, and Ricardus visit my experience at the same time.
It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a sign of things to come too. It's just going to keep growing.
Monique is over there. It's funny that we're all out here and we're not in the basement, because it's like seems to be the street seems to be the kitchen of a real life party where everybody hangs out in the kitchen.
Yeah, some of it is just it's the entry point. I mean, this tends to be where people naturally congregate in any experience, but
Right.
also the repeated crashes that plays a role too. We keep
That's
coming
true.
back here.
That's true. I should put a lemonade stand up here. But you're right. I mean, this is also interesting to observe, just like how do people interact in social settings vis-a-vis probably when they're alone. When they're coming in alone, they will probably do different things.
Here's an opinion from years of experience with Second Life.
Yeah.
I actually think that
Scary.
the 3D stuff, the appearance and all that, is largely it influences how people feel, but they don't necessarily truly interact as much as they do with each other. Ultimately, in Second Life, it's a chat program that people like the visuals of, but I think it's more about the people more than anything in most cases.
I think it's more about the adult content.
Well, that too, but still, that's about the people.
Okay, let me tell you guys. I'm working on a feature documentary film for about how people with physical disabilities and psychological issues like anxiety disorders and such use Second Life. This is a National Science Foundation study, and I've been traveling the country for the last 4 or 5 weeks and gathered stuff. And what is absolutely fascinating to me is, and this study is also about building. So people build in Second Life with very limited abilities. Sometimes, in some cases, they build basically their feelings, right? How they experience life and stuff like that. So Galen is absolutely correct. It's a way to connect in with a sense of presence. So I wouldn't say it's a chat program because it has a sense of presence and it has an avatar representation. So yes,
Well,
you're
yeah.
right. But
I
also
certainly don't mean to distill it down to just that.
Oh no, yeah. I did.
I mean,
Yep.
the 3D experience in both cases, in both Second Life and Sansar, it does change how people see things. It changes how people interact. But in a lot of ways, in my opinion, it's window dressing. And
Yeah.
I think most people come to most people come to Second Life. Sansar is still new. Most people come to Second Life to meet other people.
Correct. I completely agree with you, but I would say that the window dressing is right now. The VR part is the window dressing. But what I learned about talking to the folks for this upcoming documentary is that the presence part is important. The sense of place, like they would say, like, yeah, we met on a mountaintop and I built this thing and we met on the table that I built about my experience. So that is powerful. So the what draws people back in is something that let's say other social networks can never provide, because they don't have a sense of space. They don't have a space.
That's a very good point. an enormous degree of creativity. I mean, I think on one hand, Facebook Spaces or whatever it's called, it's cool and all to meet in a 3D panorama, or not 3D, a 360 panorama.
You're right, yeah. And that's so lame, right? I mean, if for us Second Lifers, I mean, that's like I was like, oh my God, this is the lamest thing I've ever seen. Like, you're meeting in a exactly, you're meeting in a panorama.
But the idea of being able to meet in a very beautiful or compelling setting is enormously valuable too. And I've had a lot of people tell me that sometimes they'll just log in or stay logged in for hours just looking at some setting to relax or whatever. And I mean that's not how I work, but a lot of people work that way. So clearly the visuals affect how people feel, and
because you feel you're there.
Right. And from the earliest days, like one of the most prolific creators that I met back in 2005 or early 2006 was building these amazing Egyptian reproductions of full size, correct size of famous sites in ancient Egypt. She's in a wheelchair, and this was her outlet.
I have and I want other people to chime in if they like. In this upcoming film, and I'll share the trailer, is a woman who didn't want to be filmed in real life. It's an African American woman in her late 60s. She's in a home for people. Well, it's an old folks home, but for people with disabilities. She has babies in Second Life, okay? Usually when you tell someone that there is a person in a virtual world who has simulated babies, people will tell you what the F and F is wrong with this person. Now, I talked to Lady for a long time, and it always bugged me how quick we're to judge people who do certain things. And her story is heart-wrenching, and it has to do with the inability to have children in real life. And she told me when she looks at the screen and she sees her avatar with the babies, nursing the not nursing but taking care of the babies, cradling the babies, or looking at the babies, that is a feeling of joy that is profound. And I think we need to look at these things just in a much more open-minded way. It drives me nuts when people judge so quickly on this.
I'll chime in.
Yeah.
I have 8 babies in Second Life.
You have 8. Lady has only 6. How can you afford the food?
No, because I'm a designer. I make baby clothes for Zuby. It's a really big store.
Oh, Jojo, yes. Yes. Oh my God.
I'm Pat a Cake, and that's interesting what you say about having kids and having the emotional bond with them. I started out more to make the clothes for them, but I am really attached to them. It sounds crazy, but I have some kind of attachment for them. I don't know.
I don't think it's crazy at all anymore.
But, you know, I just have a nurturing mode, and I don't know.
You know what? The scientist who's researching this, so this is based on a 3-year research. He said that there is a natural instinct that people have to nurture and take care of others, and that can be satisfied even with basically digital objects, and there's nothing wrong with that if it doesn't become, let's say, like an addiction where it replaces other things and it impedes on sort of normal day-to-day things. But wow, that's awesome. You gotta tell me more about that story. I gotta.
Well, just look it up. It's called Paddock.
Well, and there's also look at all the emotional investment that people make in pets in Second Life.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's actually not that you know. Remember the Tamagotchi craze with those.
The what?
The Tamagotchi. I don't know how old you are, but like those pixelated things.
Alfie was here. He's having a devil of a time getting in, but you know, Alfie and his Oyo crew. make virtual pets, dogs and horses and cats and all sorts of creatures. And it was fun working with him to make the Halloween experience, the Subway Nightmare. But yeah, I mean, they make good money. They make a lot of money selling these virtual pets and breedables.
We have to go to the Subway experience with the next Atlas hopping with when Strawberry comes back next Saturday.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see here.
You know what? I read something, and I really feel it's true that the brain does not remember a virtual experience any different than it remembers a real life experience.
Correct.
So those emotions and those feelings can be exactly the same. So when I've had experience in Second Life, I don't think, oh, that was in Second Life. It just is part of who I am in my life. It's not separated.
Yes, there is actually, and I think this is fascinating and scary at the same time. We're living through an era where there is so much more brain science that we find out about how the brain perceives things. And I mean, every Second Lifer has heard probably a million times that whole thing about, like, when we talk enthusiastically about Second Life, then people say, yeah, but it's not real, you can't touch and smell things. And I go like, yeah, but can you touch and smell like an iTunes song? And I mean, that kind of thing, or a book. I mean, yeah, I can smell a book, it's true, the pages and stuff.
Oh, we are so impacted by our visual systems. I mean, we keep coming back to adult content, but adult content is very much about visuals in Second Life. In fact, there is no physical touch. There's only the audio and the visual and the emotions conveyed through them.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is right outside my window, I have these garlic plants, and they have a very profound smell. And every time I smell them, I think of Second Life, because I'm sitting here and that smell comes to me from outside, and it's if I smell that and I'm not at my computer, it just immediately brings me into Second Life.
That's cool. That makes sense.
I always go into the woods and then I go like, why do the birds not sound like Second Life?
See, I go around town and thinking, oh my god, what a high prim building.
Why are we in Sansar talking about Second Life? I mean, is that crazy or what?
No.
Hey, can a few people check their task manager to see how much memory Sansar's using right now?
Okay, one sec.
That means
I'm checking it.
I'm showing 10 gigabytes in use right now.
Shit.
How do you send messages?
Wow, yeah, mine's about 2.5 gig.
I see 5 gig.
I'm showing 10 gigs.
Oh my god, I'm seeing 5 gig and 64% CPU. Shit.
Yeah, that's probably the scene.
It's
Is that good?
10 gigs is huge.
I think it's...
Yeah, that's pretty big.
5.3 gig.
How much memory, Ricardus?
5.3.
Yeah, we all have different amounts, though, so it isn't just the download. The download is in memory, but other things, too. I guess maybe people have different cache
anybody
things.
that's short on memory, that will kill them.
Yes.
Yep.
But we're the tip of the spear too. I mean, people are going to keep buying better and better computers.
Well,
I've got 24 gigs, but usually I run a bunch of. Noticed my Visual Studio was taking a while to load, and I looked up and it's like, oh my gosh, 10 gigs.
I'm behind you, King Dibble, and I'm now at 6.7.
I cannot get over the fact that I spend so much time fixing the mix here, and the audio is just not perfect. It bugs me. But anyway, it's good that we're doing this, because then I can fix it now, and then people will come in tomorrow. They'll have the... Oh, here's Alfie.
Wonder what they're talking about over there.
Hey, Alfie, and he's got his own real life head on too. Hi, Alfie. He made that yesterday. That's
Oh my god. Oh, wait, I'm still trying. Jojo, I sent you a friend request. Ah, yeah, okay, we're friends. I'll send you the link to the, actually, maybe I'll put it in open chat, the link to this little teaser about the project with disability folks, which I think is,
That would be great, because I am disabled. I have fibromyalgia really bad, so
Oh.
My life is limited other than what I can kind of do in Second Life now. So, I mean, I don't look sick because it's not a something you can see, but
Yep.
it impacts my life very greatly.
Your avatar looks entirely healthy to me.
I know. Well, so does my real life body. That's the problem.
Well, that's what we examine in the story. There's a lot of people with invisible disabilities, and it's interesting because they invariably say that they sometimes get seen, as liars, basically. People with severe Parkinson's, if they don't happen to have the symptoms right then and there, there's like, what are you complaining about? And it's a woman that I profiled from Chicago. She had to go in to her disability insurance office in what she described as almost like an FBI type interview, where they're like, so what are you, trying to find out if she's lying about her symptoms.
Oh, I fought for 3 years and I lost.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
It's really difficult to get, and that's cool. I'm over it, but I know other people that get it pretty easy. I don't know what their difference is, but...
Oh yeah.
Wait, I hear another voice who is also talking here. Oh, Jade is over here. Jade is over here. Sorry. This is
I just sent you a link to that store so you know who I am.
Awesome. Let me go back into...
I've wanted to come in and meet all of you. I've watched your videos on YouTube, and I've only been in here by myself a couple times and pretty lost. So it's really nice to finally have that interaction in here.
Awesome. This is really the purpose. I mean, for
learn more about it.
Who is talking?
Jojo.
That's Jojo. I mean, the purpose really of this here is to create, to showcase the social part of virtual reality, just basically like Second Life.
I know a lot of handicapped people, including myself, who have dealt with a lot, and virtual reality is amazing.
Well, to me it says a purpose, because I can do my little store and do my designs and work in Photoshop. I feel like I have something to do.
How long are you going to stay for that visit? I know a lot of other people who are like 86 and they're in Second Life,
Yep.
Living a much more fuller life in their, they're still in the old folks' home, but they get to run around.
Wow.
Yep. I was gonna say that. Oh, my mic was muted. Oh, there we go. Jesus.
Oh, now they're over there talking about Second Life again.
Keep talking, folks. If you don't talk, the problem is I used to be in radio and I was told that if nobody talks, then I need to talk. I'm really screwed.
Like that. Nobody talks to anybody.
No, that's not true. That's what I want to disprove. I want to have a vibrant conversation here at 114 Harvest. Jade, did you meet a lot of older people in Second Life?
I would like to meet older people.
Yeah?
I'm an older people.
Me too. I was going to say, send them my way, because I only meet guys that are like in their 30s and they're like...
I thought it was interesting recently that somebody was using that as almost an insult. That Second Life is full of people who are old who just want their same old thing unchanging forever. And several people, I think, expressed a bit of outrage at that. And I thought that was fascinating, in part because, man, you're actually making fun of the people who are older, who are proving the exact opposite. They're the ones who are embracing new technology,
right?
Disproving the old stereotype.
And you know what?
We tend to spend the money on our computers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's where the money for Second Life comes from.
No, but I also think that I mean, this reflects this reflects the society that we're buying into, in my mind. I mean, that is really sad. I mean, we have created a society that just discards people at a certain age and ability because they're not functional within the society we want to create, and that is really sad. And that people use that as an insult is, I mean, this is just is so frustrating.
And if they are different, they are not normal for many people still.
Ricardo?
If they are different, to say it that way, and many people don't like that too in Second Life.
Jade, when you meet someone like in their 30s, do you think they're lame in SL? Like their conversations.
Young. Oh my God, my daughter's in her 30s.
But sometimes people in their 30s can be somewhat mature in their thought process, don't you think?
Yes.
It's ages either way.
Amazing job and family.
Whether you're having, if you're having a prejudice against young or old, it's ages anyway.
You're right.
We shouldn't be labeling anybody with a number.
Isn't that to me personally, this is the biggest promise of virtual reality, where virtual reality transcends these borders. It transcends the border of age, maybe ethnicity, maybe not so much socioeconomic status, because you need to plunk down a lot of cash to get in here. Hopefully they'll transcend that soon. But right? Because that's why I feel like if we were forced to look like our real life selves in the avatars, that would be very lame. That would be really restrictive. The cool thing is that we don't have to do that.
Thankfully I didn't, because if that had been the case, I would have gotten only like an hour and a half of sleep.
Nobody has anything to say. Exactly, because it was so profound what I just said, Ricardo's, right? I say stuff that is so profound and people go like, oh my God, Dragster's like Jesus. We just need to we have to think about it. We have to read it again. Can you type it?
Exploding.
It's just a complex subject.
I think
I've met guys in Second Life that don't want to have anything to do with me when they find out how old I am, and it's really hurtful.
Yep.
I don't think it matters. I think I look really great there.
No, it shouldn't matter, and that's why you shouldn't disclose it. You should just.
I don't anymore because it's not relevant.
It isn't, and that's the promise. I mean, I think.
A lot of women, the first thing they get asked is, where do you live and how old are you? And are you married?
Yeah.
In Second Life, I've never been asked anything.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's been my experience. Well, it depends. Like if you go to clubs and stuff, definitely.
Wow.
People start asking you about real life very soon after getting to know you, and sometimes before they even get to know you.
I have never had a man interested in my real life ever.
Oh wow, you're so lucky.
That's really interesting.
You guys got
But I guess it's because I'm in a lot of role play things where it's medieval, and that's what we're doing. You know?
And that's all explicitly about not stepping out of character too.
Right. That's the key,
Yeah,
I think.
It's funny. It feels sometimes like Second Life is two worlds. There's that.
Yep. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. I think every time Galen speaks, I'm gonna get disconnected from the freaking server. Jesus. Oh, Theonine, aka Peter Valencia, says there should be more avatar diversity. Well, let me tell you, you should watch. You should go watch the. Let me post this here. Enormous in avatars. Okay, let's go back. So I think I have to read this. I have to redo the audio. I have to redo the audio now. Hello, guys.
I'm back.
Every time Galen talks, the voice server
Crashes
disconnects.
us.
Yeah. It's gotta be. He has the power over the voice server. He has some sort of a switch.
I can even bore the server to sleep.
Awesome. Thank you.
You know, I don't have real friends in Second Life. I just log in, I work, I make stuff, and then I log out. I hardly ever socialize anymore.
Yeah.
I used to, and I would love to do that, but I can't seem to really find the right place for that.
Go to Ethnographia Island and contact the folks there. I put the URL to the documentary in the chat.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Actually, I'm gonna put it into.
That's gone now, right?
Let me see here.
I'm gonna put it into your private chat, but I'll put it into the nearby chat as well. There is communities who foster that. So I don't give up.
After 9 years, don't give up.
No, it's just like real life. After how many?
Really started in Second Life.
There are people that have families and everything, and I think that's so cool. I would love to have that experience.
There's an adoption agency. I did a story once about an adoption agency. That was so weird because the kids were advertised as.
Yeah, I don't want to do.
Yeah, it was.
It's the same thing in the kink community too. People set out to be adopted.
Yeah, but see what my issue was really that it played into basically the consumerist society that we have in the physical world, because the adoption agency was the kids were praising themselves as being like nice and behaving. So I find that really problematic. Like we're basically so adhering to norms that I don't know. It's not like, hey, I'm a critically thinking person, please adopt me. No, it was like I'm totally like sort of submissive in my behavior.
Well, but keep in mind they're self-selecting. I mean, people who want to meet other people, most of them just go meet other people. The idea of using an ad agency to meet other people, you're already self-selected.
That is true. That's true. But what I mean is exactly like in the YouTube chat I was just looking as I was reloading. People were Thea and I was.
Oh no, my sound again. I lost.
Oh, I can hear you. I think that was just Drax.
Drax, yeah.
Drax, we lost you.
Drax has maybe muted himself again.
But we're having fun watching you dance.
Yeah,
I hope they fix it soon.
Try going into my looks and coming back, Drax.
But can he speak?
Hello. That's 1, 2.
Hello.
It's
Did you guys just crash again?
Hello?
Recognize your face.
Jenna, are you still here with us?
I am.
Alex, are you with us? Tina and Alex?
Yeah, Tina and Alex are here too. Alex is playing simulator right now.
I think we just lost your audio and that was it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Did it just die again?
I can hear.
Okay.
Oh, maybe Drax.
Alright, let's go back to
Our walk.
There's so many cool things down the street, guys. You should check it out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, I wanted to follow you guys, but all I see is dark.
Can't hear him.
I know, we can't hear you, Drax.
Gotta go to my back or something.
did you learn to like change your clothes and stuff? You guys look good.
Change the clothes?
You know, like if you want to fix your avatar up.
In the upper right hand corner, there's a little icon that says My Looks.
Yeah.
If you click on that, it'll pull you to avatar create. And most of this stuff is all custom uploaded, but like all the stuff I'm wearing, I made myself.
So can I upload my own stuff?
Yeah. You haven't had enough
as attachments, yeah. But there's also some free stuff you can grab off of the store. Wait, where did you? Oh yeah, piece of it made. Yeah. Should be clickable though.
Look at that. Very.
This reminds me when I was a kid and we'd all hang out outside on the corner.
Totally.
Okay. Here, there's a bunch of stuff in there, especially Halloween related.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we have we're still kids. Hanging out in the streets, causing problems.
Mayhem.
We just sit on the corner and just have all these memories doing that.
I was hoping that we'd have some toilet paper so we could TP some of the houses here.
That would be fun, and throw eggs.
Yes. Trick or treat. Drax is too quiet. Does he know we can't hear him?
Yeah, I don't think he knows.
I know, he's just talking probably.
The way
Hey,
his
we've got a
hands
serial
around.
killer over there cutting people with a meat cleaver.
Oh no.
I like this spot because I can see really good.
Yeah, it's really lit up.
This party's lit.
Oh.
Huh?
This house over here, you go up to this house. It is actually music playing from that side.
Don't get too close though.
Yeah, if you walk up to the door, it'll tell them where you get to there.
So nobody can hear you still.
Social media guru.
he hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's been living in that godforsaken basement for 47 years. I couldn't take it any longer. Well, what's wrong with taking an axe and finishing the job? Oh, it was full of wonderful red blood. It was just wonderful. It was a work of art. It was Jackson Pollock. How the blood spilled. That's wonderful. Where should I put these knives? Over here? This way. Okay. Anyway, I was saying, I was fed up with him in this basement. All we need to do now is to get a paint job, and then we can rent it out to someone. And they better stay quiet down there, or else, I guess.
Oh, hello.
I could have resolved it so much easier. Resolve.
I don't think Jax has his voice on.
Resolve? You're talking about resolve? He's not receptive to any type of resolve.
That looks so cool.
Those body parts. Get those body parts in the car. I guess we should put it in the garbage bag first, and then we'll put it in the car, and then off to the pump. I have the passport for the dumping. That's the beauty of it. Just fits it with the rest of the garbage. But I have to call the police. No, you don't have to call the police. Come on, what are you talking about? Ooh, look at this knife. Look at this knife. What you call it?
You guys can hear me on YouTube, right? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me on YouTube? Can you guys hear me on the YouTubes? Can you guys hear me on the YouTubes? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I'm going to go, but I want to thank everybody for such a great time.
Oh, thank you for coming. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Ah, no, great. It was actually great.
I'm so glad it popped up on my phone.
Wonderful. I'm going to redo the sound. Make it a little bit louder. Hey, Black Newsman. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello.
What's up?
Enjoy, keep looking around. I have to adjust the sound a little bit. Oh, Jojo left. Bye, Jojo. Black Newsman, the sound, I have to adjust it a little bit. I'm so particular about it because I spent so much time in it, and some stuff is not as I intended it to be. But I think it's still pretty good.
Right.
Somebody keeps running over there.
Oh yeah, we keep running around your experience, man. That's the fun thing about it. There's nothing to run around.
Sergio made the interactive elements and Ria made the other stuff. There is flashlights. I don't know if in desktop mode you can pick up a flashlight. That I don't know.
Yeah, we can.
You can? Ah, great.
Yeah, we can do that now.
So what do you think? Like people have expressed that the priority should be to have desktop mode, basically bring desktop mode up to speed so where VR mode is. And I have to agree because a lot of people, I think Linden Lab may be itself surprised how many more people use desktop mode primarily, right? Because I mean they're optimizing. Yeah.
I'm set up for VR. The only time that I use VR is to check my own work.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Maybe a few other games. There's a couple of other games that I like, but most of the time I'm in desktop. But I'm in Samsung.
I think at this point it's almost like a 20-30 minute limit on average in VR mode. I mean, it has to do with a lot of different reasons for that, but yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of medical issues that keep me from enjoying VR in lengthy time.
Oh, can you email me about that, because I'm making a feature documentary about people with various disabilities.
I'm a veteran and I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have no
Oh.
shame in it, man. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I have post-traumatic disorder.
Oh wow. Let me paste you a link real quick to the trailer of the documentary, because this is a group in Second Life called Ethnographia, and there are various people with post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is a group that examines. They give free land to people. It's a study from the National Science Foundation how people with various visible and invisible disabilities use virtual worlds. I'm gonna paste this into your private chat. Maybe you can contact me on email.
Okay.
Maybe
I doubt if I really look at it because I'm into Sansar.
Yeah.
Sansar has a huge amount of potential as far as monetization is concerned.
Yeah.
That's my area of concern.
Yeah.
My friends know me from Second Life, and they know that one day I can have nothing, and then the next day I can have a whole company building a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we visited your build in the Atlas hopping, and that was already awesome. So what do you see in potential to monetize?
It's gonna be a matter of a person will come into Second Life, they will see experiences, and then I would assume through the store they will see an area where a person can actually buy an entire experience that's pre-built.
Ah.
And then hopefully, if Sansar goes with that kind of model, the person who buys the experience will be able to add something to it.
That's a great idea. So you're saying basically you could have a kind of a starter kit, if you will, where people can kind of customize. It's almost like I don't know, like as if you were to go to IKEA and you buy a prefab house with some stuff, but you then still add some customization to it.
Correct. That's what I'm looking forward to in Sansar. That comes where I can make a template of the experience that I've already made, and then sell that template.
I think that what you the neighborhood that you made, I mean, that is already, when we went there, I think it was a second Atlas hopping maybe. It was people really loved it. I mean, it really felt almost like that was the first time I saw something that felt like a real, like a real neighborhood basically.
Yeah. You want to be able to. In my mind, at least, I'm looking at the potential of saying, okay, I can make this kind of neighborhood, I can make that kind of neighborhood, I can make this one, I can make that one, and then I can have a store with prefabricated neighborhoods or jungles or whatever basic scene a person would want. You see what I mean?
Totally. And you could even have, I mean, I think that what a lot of people are talking about, that hopefully Sansar has more capabilities with non-player characters, so you can populate it with just to make it populate. Like, let's say you have I was thinking of the interior of a train. You were on a train ride, but you want to have people in there, other non-player characters that have conversations and that may be on loop. But that's an issue in Second Life where things always look very deserted. And I hope that in Sansar that capability, that they add that capability soon, where we populate the worlds basically.
Yeah, I can see them having AI, advanced AI, where a person can be a player in a game or in an experience.
Yeah.
And then the AI would challenge them.
Ah, yeah.
So it keeps a person from having to have friends in order to enjoy an experience. You can do it by yourself, or you can do it with other people. people as long as we get to a point where we have AI.
People, yeah, that's interesting. Ria, who is the chief designer of this experience, we had a conversation about that where she asked me like, what are you, so Dragster, what are the plans with this? And I said, well, I can't wait until we have non-player characters, because then here in 114 Harvest I can have people live in these other houses, and there could be crazy, maybe there's like a crazy cat lady neighbor or whatever. And she says, yeah, but then that cuts down on real conversations between real people. And I see her point. You see what I'm saying? Like, some people like that fact about Second Life a lot, where if you encounter another avatar, you're 100% sure that this is a real person versus a non-player character. So yeah, I guess yeah, it's interesting.
Well, it's going to come to a point. You got to understand, when major corporations say we want to get 1 billion people into VR, you have to look at that and say, man, this is incredible. We're on the cusp of something extremely incredible. I can't explain it any other way. I mean, it's just, they moved the price to $200 on a standalone Oculus Rift.
It's true.
Headset. So they're moving towards lowering the price, making the technology more mobile. They have it now where you're no longer tied to a machine.
Okay, I am as enthusiastic as you are, and especially lowering the price and also being not tied to a machine, and possibly the headset basically replacing a computer monitor. Those are all exciting developments. But what I found with this documentary, with people with disabilities and also anxiety disorders and PTSD and such, every one of these people have told me time and again that what they find so attractive about Second Life, and what they do not find attractive about virtual reality right now, is that in Second Life they don't have to have a headset. 95% of the people that I interviewed for this documentary would say that the headset is uncomfortable. It's actually creating more anxiety because you're you're losing control over the surroundings. I mean, this is obviously individually very, people have different perception of that. But I'm not as enthusiastic as I am. I'm just not convinced that 1 billion people are going to embrace a headset anytime soon. You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree, and I would say that one of the big fears that a lot of people have who are long time comfortable and familiar with Second Life is the fear of having to use their actual voices.
Yeah,
the fear of
exactly.
having to get up and move around. In a lot of ways, Sansar is avant-garde and exclusive.
Yeah.
It's going to exclude people who like the idea that they can simulate all that reality stuff with animations and by typing instead of talking. It's going to exclude people for whom English is something they can get by with in reading and writing, but can't necessarily speak very clearly.
It won't exclude them. We have the technology to make sure that everybody can communicate with each other. In Second Life, you can use a translator.
Yeah.
Translate type.
Right,
So
Black Newsman. It's exactly the stuff that we need to add. I think what Galen just, I agree with you, but Black Newsman, you said earlier, I think all that these companies, including Linden Lab, need to do, they need to realize that the desktop mode and the non-VR stuff and the non-voice stuff is equally important to people, and that's what the inclusive factor of Second Life really is, because you have a choice.
One of the things about Second Life that you got to remember is that Second Life has been around for a very, very long time, and the people that are there have made it successful. Linden Lab made Second Life successful, so they already have a blueprint as to how to make a social environment successful on the computer.
And actually, you can also extend that point, because Second Life sure as hell didn't start out with translators, for example.
That's right.
Over time, Sansar and other VR worlds are simply going to create a demand and a need need for more and more things like voice-to-voice translators and simulators for the person who is the quadriplegic, who can only use their mouth to operate a keyboard or something.
Yeah.
That person is going to benefit from simulated articulation of joints and things.
If there's a market for something, someone will satisfy that market.
Yes. Even if in the interim it's exclusionary, in the long term it will simply create pressure for more inclusivity.
I'm gonna distill what you guys said in saying that what is interesting about Second Life, and I think that will happen with Sansar, there's a dynamic between the industry trying to shift focus in sort of social norms, but ultimately Second Life proving the point is that the residents, the users, have shifted that where they want to be. You can make it, you can say like, okay, the customers are basically creating a market, kind of what Black Newsman said, but I would even extend that is that there is a entrepreneurship energy among people with needs, with different needs that find these platforms attractive, people with disabilities, for example, or others, that then create that. On the downside, I want to add one more thing. As enthusiastic as I'm about these possibilities, the reality is also that, for example, people with disabilities and with special needs are not always seen as a market for some of the companies, although it's weird because they should be.
Yes, they are. Yes,
they are.
It's
yeah.
just a matter of priority.
Yeah, exactly. They don't get served first, but they get served eventually.
But look, but wait. I want to say one thing. We visited Linden Lab and we also visited High Fidelity. The next trailer is coming soon, and we had a guy from LA who has cerebral palsy. He's very outspoken, very smart guy, and we had with him. And what he proposed and some others proposed to Linden Lab and High Fidelity is, why don't you bring in somebody with a severe disability like Cody with cerebral palsy, who can only move his right leg and who is operating, get this, he's operating a freaking trackball mouse with his right heel. I'm not kidding you. And he types with his nose on an iPhone. So it's amazing. So the question is, why don't these companies bring in someone like him in the early stages as a consultant, if you will, to represent people with these types of
perspective.
Yeah.
A human being can only do so much at a time. A company can only do so much at a time, and they have to arrange things based on priority.
Yeah, it's true. It's a resource game.
Eventually, they will come to a point where they say, okay, we need to address this issue. We really need to focus on this issue.
Yes, I can hear you.
I agree, and I understand the point that you need to make a product viable and working in the market, and then you have leverage to build on other things. I'm just concerned that sometimes these things are an afterthought.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a tree. It's like a tree growing. It starts out, and then it gets branches, and the branches bloom and blossom and things of that nature. It keeps on growing, and after a while, you got a full tree. So I look at Sansar the same way. Right now, we're at the trunk, the roots. We're building this from the ground up, the roots.
Just take font size as an example.
Yeah.
Very well said.
So many times by companies.
Ricardo's what?
Lots of people cannot read it. You still not replace the battery.
Yeah, it's a matter of priorities, and you're right. Some companies are guilty of skipping it. Period.
Don't you think Sansar is more of an invasive species?
Oh, darling, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. What is your take on all this?
I think it's a walled garden.
Why?
Because it is not as accessible, and you do not have the open platform as many others.
Why? What is not open about Sansar?
So let's look at Janus VR. Janus VR.
Janus is good. I like Janus, yeah.
Exactly. Janus connects to, you can use any browser in it. You can use Gear VR. You can use mostly everything out there.
Yeah, Altspace has that capability as well.
Exactly.
Okay. Can
It
you
is
build in
very
AltSpace?
compatible.
Can you build something like 114 Harvest in AltSpace? Can you build something like this in
Easily.
Janus? Yeah?
Yes,
No,
easily.
definitely not easily.
Actually,
Definitely
they
not.
added
Don't lie like
they
that.
added they added PBR textures recently, and you can do the same scripting over there.
Photometric lighting does not react the same way in Janus. Like I'm pretty sure they don't have
That is
any
true.
lighting in
Yeah.
Janus. Every
Well, they
single
do
light
have
has to be
lighting.
baked. It has to be baked into the texture,
It has to, yeah.
which takes quite a bit more time.
But it's
And you have to
more
host it.
open.
You actually have to host in the web. Like I've talked with the guys who created Janus VR quite extensively, and their idea is that they would like, because they look at AltSpace and they look at places like Sanzar, Second Life, and they do see a closed circuit. Like okay, so say I wanted my avatar to be a naked Hitler. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that in Second Life. You couldn't do that in Sanzar. People would report it. People would but in Janus, you could be that naked Hitler, right?
I want to be a clothed Hitler, though.
Yeah,
Can I do that?
Either way, even clothed Hitler. You still could not be.
We try to be as outspoken as humanly possible, and sometimes even obscene.
Yeah.
Listen, darling, I completely. I don't want to interrupt you, but because I really appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your strong opinions and
Did
your
I just come in here and
No, Tina, no, stay with us because I think this is an important discussion. I just want to push back because I feel, obviously, I'm a huge Second Life enthusiast, and I do feel that Linden Lab is on the right track trying to distill the secret sauce that made Second Life successful and trying to bring it up to the next level. Darling, of course, is saying no. Darling is basically saying, I hope I don't misinterpret what you're saying, but I hear you saying that a Sansa is a closed garden, walled garden. I disagree. I feel vis-a-vis high fidelity, Sansa is trying to bring in more stability and ease of use by hosting it. I have nothing against high fidelity. As a matter of fact, tomorrow here in Munich, Germany, locally, I'll be interviewing Philip Rosedale on stage live in high fidelity. I'll stream it on the same YouTube channel. And I will ask him the same question. This is just a difference in opinion. I feel there's nothing wrong with trying to create a virtual world platform. And I'm going to shut up in a second. I'll let you talk.
I would have to agree with you there.
Based on stable servers, because who the f wants to install their yes no
forget the legal part. Sensor is doing the problems for you in case there are DMCA problems or license problems.
Yeah.
Is the first one that get the problems, not you. Like with high fidelity.
Sergio, are you talking?
Thing in comparison to say you were talking about Janus VR. There is nothing say I do a design and I want to show it off in virtual reality. There is nothing stopping people from just walking into my website, taking my design, and walking out.
There you go. Because also what Linden Lab is. I'm not a Linden Lab. I'm not a paid Linden Lab shill or anything. But is like I'm not a racist. But sorry, no.
I'm not a racist, but
that
but is irrelevant.
Exactly. It's like always when you start a sentence like that's exactly who you are. No, I'm not. But what obviously distinguishes Sansar at this point from all these other platforms, in my mind, is also one of the things is that they have a marketplace already from the get-go. So they're thinking about empowering individuals to monetize their creativity, and they're going like, yeah, cool, you can upload it, and people go like, yeah, okay, but how about monetizing or preventing theft? Oh yeah, we haven't really thought about it, but you can upload it. I mean, I think that's bullshit, no?
Yeah, well, it's basically so if you were to go to a Janus room, it's a website, right? Like www.whatever.com. And then if you were to go to that actual website in a regular browser, the source of it, you could simply just click on the links and just download 3D models, right? And they want that. They want you to be able to do that, which is
definitely.
It's a different type, I understand, right? You look at this chair, you're like, I want this chair in my stuff. I shouldn't have to pay for it. I shouldn't have to do anything. The chair's right there. I should just be able to have it. So that's their idea behind that. It's a good idea. It will attract a certain amount of people, right? But not
think
me.
About it. So if I put an idea up on Janus, I run a Janus present server, and everything on my servers is ran by me. But I don't care if somebody grabs my stuff. I already know some people grab my models that I have made.
Yeah.
But what they do is they grab it and go, "Oh, this is a great idea," but I'm going to grab it and then I'm going to better it, and then I'm going to use it.
There is
this
that
way.
option. Yeah, yeah.
And there's a build-up. You see a lot of build-up because people grab ideas and they work on them and they better them, and you end up having this wonderful.
You hope that's the. You hope for that is the final result. But when someone say I want to, because I do 3D modeling for a living, right? I've been doing it for quite a few years, and a lot of my designs are proprietary, and I was looking for a way to share my designs in VR with clients without having it be accessible to the public. Like, and Janus VR can't offer that right now.
Actually, not necessarily true.
You can create like a. It's not like it. You can do it yourself, but Janus won't take care of that. That's up to
Janus,
you.
it's just a web browser. That's all it is.
So it's up to you to make it so that they can't steal it.
Oh yeah. Which it can be done. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying no. I mean, this is a party. You guys, this is a fascinating discussion, and I'm not sighing because, like, oh my God, they keep going on about this other platform. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, this is exactly.
I have a lot of experience with Janus, and I was like, yeah. As soon as she mentioned it, I was like,
no, Tina and darling. I mean, you know, this was exactly the original plan for this experience. Is actually that's why in the basement down there is this little podcast room, because I do want to start basically podcasts with very basic visuals, basically just us talking. But I do want to have these type of discussions on a regular basis, and all I'm waiting for is that avatars can sit. It sounds ridiculous, but I need people to sit on those chairs.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get a good.
It's handy to sit.
But anyways, I hate to like jump out halfway through this conversation. I really apologize, but I was walking up to say goodbye to everybody, and then I just overheard the conversation. I'm like, I'm gonna jump in on this.
Bye, Tina. Go with your son and read him a book, please. That's what I did with my kid.
Yeah, I read to my son every night. Astrophysics for people in a hurry.
There you go. That's it. Tina. You give me back my hope for mankind. We're not totally doomed. Just maybe half.
Thank you for lending us your child.
No problem. You guys have a great
Bye.
day. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Well, and darling, thank you for coming here, and I do appreciate your opinion. I want you on the podcast. You know, this is all stuff that's in progress, you know, right, Black Newsman? I mean, we're not. We got to chime in, and I think when we're chiming in reasonable ways. Oops, shit! I teleported by accident. I'm sorry.
See, that's what you want to do to me. You know, I'm the epic troll here. You're gonna bury me right over here.
No, not at all. Actually, I am not. You know, I engage the troll. This is my. If you wanna self-define as a troll, this is how I deal with trolls. I will talk to them.
Right here. Jesus Christ, what did you do to him?
I'm sorry, I've been teleporting.
I keep watching those arms and I keep thinking, we're not worthy.
But wait a minute, we still have that stupid glitch where we dance, right? We're not still dancing, right?
Dancing.
Oh shit.
Anything else than dancing. Well, sometimes you stay still.
But I don't see myself dancing if I go in third person.
Lucky not, or you get sick.
Am I dancing right now?
No, now you're staying.
Okay, guys, I have to go to bed. It's late here. Thanks so much for coming. I'm gonna redo the audio real quick. There's some stuff that I don't like. I need to make it louder. And then I'll republish the scene.
Louder? Everything is louder except the voices.
You think so?
For me, everything is loud enough except the voices from some.
This is interesting. So, Ricardo, are you? Would you say the ambient sound is too loud?
For me,
I find it good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it not louder.
But how about the music in the basement? That's one thing that stuck out to me. And there is some subtle other. It's.
The music was a little quiet, but you know, it was good for conversation.
I'll just put it up 5 decibels. That's I have to.
There you go.
I think I did not have here noticed the music, so.
No, it's
It was loud enough before you edited, and after. What do? You just took away the reverb?
Yeah, I took away the compute scene reverb, which it's unfortunate that it's still not working because I'm so excited about it. If that really works at some point, I think it's going to be huge because, obviously then I could go into the podcast room and close the door, and then it would be quiet in that room while the music would still be going on in the other room. I mean, that's really where shit needs to go in VR. I mean, then I come from an audio background, so I think that that is going to contribute to the immersion in immeasurable ways. Like, I want to go into the house, I want to close the door, and then I want to have the coyote howling and stuff like that. I want to keep outside. Right now, I can't do that. It's not clean. The sphere is good, but I cannot cleanly separate these soundscapes yet.
That explains why the music from inside my building I hear at the outside.
Exactly. It should be, but that's why earlier we crashed too many times. And that is working in theory, that the house enclosure, the physics, the shape of the object is going to separate the audio from inside and prevent it from going outside. But we shut off the scene reverb because the calculations was crashed the scene. Yeah. That's all work in progress, Ricardo's.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. We cannot. I think that's life. Life is work in progress, and then you die. Shit. Once you figured out, it's like, oh, I figured it out. Oh shit, there's my heart attack. Oh, it's done. Fuck. I think that's maybe the purpose of it. Sorry that.
I think this is an incredible thing.
Oh, somebody said something. Who is talking?
Me.
John?
Yeah.
Hi, John. Thanks for coming. What are you saying?
I say because this is an incredible progress from a virtual reality, and look around you.
Yeah.
Look at these graphics, man.
Yeah. You're so right. Thanks for saying that. We're complaining about things that are not working, and you're absolutely right. This is incredible progress in just a couple of months since Sansar is live.
Yes, I just say that. It's incredible, man.
I think I leave this on this wonderful positive note that John is ending this with this wonderful positive word. Thank you for saying that.
No problem. But I see a real progress.
Yeah.
This is a real incredible. I playing games, I playing a lot of games, and I never saw in all my games what I playing a graphics better like I see here. I swear.
And remember, this is user created worlds. This is essentially worlds that are created by the user. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, because one artist want to give the world what he has the best, and many artists make this with their soul, and many employers of the games companies make this from their jobs.
Yes. Yes.
And there is a big difference between that.
Is a difference between making it for money or making it for the passion. Ah. Shit. Am I disconnected from the oh no. Ah. John was saying such wonderful things. I'm disconnected from the server.
I was disconnected.
John, I was disconnected too, just as you were talking. Sorry about that.
It happens sometimes. We're still in beta.
Yeah, guys, I got it. John was just starting with some new profound stuff, but I'm in Europe, so it's late for me. I gotta go to bed. It's so awesome to meet all of you. Thanks for coming. Everybody's left, like Newsman, only here Gindipple and Galen, and oh, here we got someone who I've not seen. I'm so obsessive with welcoming everyone, but I gotta go to. Hello. It's Stella. Stella, I gotta go to bed. I know you just made it in, but I gotta go. I'm spent. Ugh.
All right, take it easy.
Hi, Stella.
Hi.
Bye, John. Great to meet you guys. I'm gonna kill
Great
it.
to meet you too, bro.
Bye.
Oh my god, spiders.
There's lots of stuff to discover.
And we're crashing.
Oh, I'm gonna increase the sound, the loudness of the music real quick. But thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, despite some of the crashes. But that's life. That's life in beta. Life is beta. Okay, bye. See you guys tomorrow. Actually, streaming at 10:45. I'm not gonna say what it is. Secret. Bye. Oh, Peter, Theonine, thank you for coming. Your work is exceptional. Um, yeah, we'll all hope that it gets a little bit more stable, but it's, we're pushing the envelope, which is good, which is important. So